viewers, here we are, Bremen-Oldenburg. Hello to Unknown Person and Lexic Dark. Unknown Person who I don't think I've met before, but Lexic Dark, been around for a while, so welcome to you. And yes, I can punch your ticket. We could make that a regular thing. How silly would that be? Anyway, we're looking at Bremen-Oldenburg tonight, and we may get a few visitors a little later on coming over from the Train Sim World channel. In this route, you get the BR110, which reminds me a lot of a Volkswagen Splitty of about the same age. Don't know why. Might just be the creasy front and the little windows. You also get an updated BR425 as part of the route. You get the 155 press. Hello, Mark B. Welcome. You get the 155 press, which is mostly used for freight, and you get a new cab car, the DB Bnrdzf 463.0. I always wonder what the Bnrdzf actually stands for, and I tried to find out today, and I have to say I couldn't. So if anyone knows, let me know. It's all fun. Now, the route is, a bit... I shouldn't ask too many things because I've got my questions. Anyway, let's jump into the 110. Let's do something of a morning. Bremen-Oldenburg 713. Why not? That'll do. And what do we want? Clear? What do we want? Some events. We don't want foggy. Storm. Yeah, good plan. Storm. Okay, let's go. Now, interestingly enough, I haven't driven this much more than anybody else, because I know some of you know that I'm in the beta, but I didn't actually have much of a go on this one, but that's alright. That's just life, isn't it? Alright, I will be using my rail driver tonight as we get stuff happening here. Let's get some lights on. I should probably open the doors, shouldn't I? That's a good idea. Let people in. And let's turn on brake key and get a little bit of brake happening. That'll do fine. And you should be sitting in hold. It's got a funny horn. It's like a whistle. We probably want some lights and stuff, don't we? That can stay on normal. And we need to do some other things. All those things are fine. But we need to turn on CIFA and PZB. The train also has LZB, but there's no point turning it on because the route does not. Now, something I saw today on Pretty Chase's stream, yes, I know, enter cab, you don't want to do that. Apparently there's a panel in one of these carriages for turning the lights on, which I didn't actually know. Opening the door would be helpful, wouldn't it? There we go. Oh, and the meters work too. How cool's that? Alright then. Let's go back in our locomotive. It's probably a good idea. Let's shut these guys. It's obviously cold today. DTG jacket. I hope they start selling these one day. Maybe not green, but you know. So in case you haven't bought the route yet, or had a look, this is the BR110. It's quite a cool vintage sort of look. Still got to wait another 10 seconds. That's the first scissor pantograph in the game. Let's jump in. I even have some news, but I'll get into that later when the people transfer in from the other channel. Alright, let's lock our doors. Now this one's a bit of a funny one to drive if you haven't met it. Get our brakes off. I know, Germans don't blow the horn. It's okay. Relax. Let's start at 8 and hope we don't blow the circuit breaker. It should be fine though. Got to be a little bit nice because I've got PZB on. And safe to release, but you know, it's actually not because look at that signal. It's okay. We are going to be running a quiz today. I have 20 questions. This is your chance to end the year well and take NJTE off the top of the leaderboard because Well, being an American, he's probably asleep. Although you never know. You never know. You know what? It actually helps to acknowledge signals. Just saying. Just saying. Is this a good way to start a stream or what? I thought so. Alright. Brake should release momentarily. Come on then. There they go. Let's tap back up. Lesson learnt. Maybe. Maybe. I can't even blame chat. No one's saying anything. There you go. Oh well. Away we go again. It is kind of funny to me that mere seconds after pointing out that there is an adverse signal right in front of me, I don't acknowledge it, and it stops me. Here we go. Now I do have to be... can't stay out of the cab too long, because you can't hear Sifa from outside the cab, which is a bit of a bummer. I love the noises it makes when you're outside. It's the constant clunking of contactors. Let's power up a little. We can get up to 40 odd and be safe. Hello people from Train Sim World. Welcome. Oh, and distracted by Sifa just as people come in. Oh no. Ah, that'll teach me to look, won't it? That's okay. Go on then. Brakes off. Third time lucky. Here we go. So for those people who haven't been on this channel before, welcome. Hello NS2000 Atlantic Productions. Welcome to you. I'm going to try and stop my recent history of getting this train wrong. Soon it'll let me move, honest. And it is. Woohoo! I have some good news for the people who have just come in. I don't know how many people actually came over from Train Sim World, but we'll see at some point. The good news is there's a patch coming out to Steam with an ETA of today and the other platforms soon for this route. It should be pretty good. Now let's see if I can actually manage to get this going without messing it up. It is a very interesting train to drive. I quite enjoy it. This time I remembered to press the Sifa button, but not stay under 45. No. Okay, you've obviously got a nuffy driving today. I'm not going to turn PZB off. I refuse. Hello, Megasim. How are you, mate? Megasim is a fellow Dovetail ambassador and just watched me embarrassingly fail at PZB. Uh-oh. Oh, and Train Sim World watched me fail at PZB as well. Excellent. So which Train Sim World person have we got today? And here we go again. Let's see if I can do this better this time. It's not a good start. I'm already late. Oh well, what can you do? What you can do is pay attention to your train. That's what I could do. Sigh. It's okay. Now this one you've got a little bit careful to not blow the breaker. So on your power meter here you need to keep it... I try to keep it around the 40, 45, 50 mark. I know you can kind of get away with going up to 60. Hello DTG Alex. Yay, I remember to acknowledge PZB. You're going to go and play TSW3, unknown person. Good luck to you, my friend. Enjoy yourself. You could always watch and play if you wanted to. Better be careful about getting too fast or I'll get tripped up by PZB again. cruise our way through here. On our way to Bremen-Neustadt. And for those who have just joined, I do run a quiz. It did look like an NS2000, yes. It did look like a 110 hauled freight train. There are a few of those. You can even drive them, which is kind of cool. Now excuse me while I get ready to stop. Thank you, Sifa, because now we can watch the train go over the bridge. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Gratuitous bridge shots. Let's get ready to stop this thing in the station. Hey, passengers coming into Bremen-Neustadt. Sorry, it's wet. It's a bit horrible. Sifa? Hello, Brad MacArthur. Welcome. Now, I'll get to the other person's comment that got auto-moderated in a moment and unmoderated. Just let me stop the train. Get the doors open. And I did say quiz, Brad. Here's your chance to beat them. There we go. I'm not quite sure why Tommy's comment got auto-moderated, but it did, so I've fixed that. The lovely German people hopping out there, going for a little cruise through the rain. I'm sad for them. That's okay. And of course there's a pink container over there, which means Matt's around somewhere. I am driving with my rail driver today, with the exception of the tap wheel, which I'm using my keyboard. So I find the rail driver control over the tap wheel is just a little finicky for my liking. And it squeaks it too easy to blow the brake up. So are you guys ready for your first quiz question? And I have to say, Lexic Dark, I will not accept an answer for you. Because you just find this one just way too easy. So we head off to Hyde Krug. Or Hyde Krug? Hyde Krug, I guess. Sure, Lexic Dark will tell me. There we go. Let me just get this going. Whoa, that was close. If you're wondering why I was saying that was close, the power meter got right to 60 then. And that's about where the breaker blows, which would have been a little bit unattractive. Could do without that. Let's keep tapping up. We've got quite a bit of way to go to Hyde Krug. So the first quiz question for tonight is, the word Bahnstrecke means railroad or railway, but is it male or female? It's worth 10 points, that one. Double tapping, be careful with that. There we go, full power. And the rain is starting to clear, unfortunately. I am running with Sifa, so I won't go out of the cab too often, but every time Sifa goes off, like now, we can at least do a flyby-shot. I'm being naughty again. Doing 150 kilometers an hour. That's just a little bit naughty. This train shouldn't go over 140. But PZB hasn't waked me yet. Four Ks to Hyde Krug. Yeah, it would be Hyde Krug, wouldn't it? Hyde Krug? Something like that. My German isn't good, as you can probably guess. Ah, Chris Marsden, 10 points. Well done to you. You know, one thing I didn't think through was writing down people's names and their points while driving a train with CIFA and PZB turned on. I really didn't think this through. But that's okay. Well, there's a camera angle for you, right next through. 2.6 kilometres to Hyde. Brad McCarthy, you were second to answer that time. Chris Marsden got the points. Congratulations to you. So we'll have a bunch of questions as we go. I'm still not 100% sure whether I like some aspects of the new lighting. Looking at that, I think the roof's a bit bright. But I'm getting used to it, I have to say. And at dawn and dusk, fantastic. Nighttime, it's awesome. Really enjoy it. Let's see how good this thing's brakes are. They're pretty good, by the way, just saying. Hello, Tommy Madsen. One thing I do like about this train is you can partially release the brakes. Do like that. Gives your passengers a gentler stop. See for having a last ditch at F, trying to kill me off there. Hello, Londo Spark, welcome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's not on the platform. Nope. Feature. The door's not open. I like that. Beep beep to you too. The dwell times on the stations in this route are so short. Sorry folks, gonna leave you behind. Let's get it up to 8. Let's try and be a bit more competent this time. Londo Sparks says he's just been having a little run in the N-Wagon before work. And Matt was right, it reminds you a lot of the 87. That's cool. Hello V for Vitty. It is a long time that I haven't seen you on the stream. Welcome back. I've done a complete Nebworth, Londo Spark, but not this time. I have had one of those days. That was yesterday. I was actually planning on streaming this yesterday as well as today, but let's just say that I was going so well that I played a pre-recorded video as a premiere instead, which went out in a horrible low resolution, but that's okay. Kinda. Little under 3Ks to Delmenhorst. We'll do our next question at Delmenhorst. Yes, just a JD. Speaking of JD, Man with the Bells, have you listened to the level crossings on this route? They are awesome. Tapping down, because I should behave myself and actually stay under 140. And the route's almost dead flat, so coasting's the way to go. Deeper again. Pushing my luck a little more this time. It stops so fast, it's cool. So many German trains that if you brake like that, you'll just end up shooting straight through the station and go, oops. This time I almost stopped too soon. I'm gonna crawl my way in. I am on Raildriver for most functions, except I am using keyboard for our friend the steering wheel here. This is the longest 40 meters ever. Thank you, Sifa. That'll do. Oh, it's open. Okay, let's get down there and have a look while it stops. Why not? Thanks, game. You ever notice how that the outside camera always defaults to somewhere weird, no matter what you do? Right then. Let us go. The brakes are apparently quite realistic, Londo Spark, for this train. Apparently it does have ridiculously good brakes. Off we go to Heukenkamp. We were going to do a quiz question back there, weren't we? And I forgot. I'll do it now. When is this route set? What decade? Worth 10 points. Oh, rainbows would be really cool, Chris Marston. I agree, we need rainbows. Even if they were just static and appeared every now and again, it would be cool. They do surprise you, these brakes. Definitely do. 2000s, Brad MacArthur, well done. As he approaches the speed limit. Tries to not be naughty. The questions will get a little more difficult as we progress. Thank you, Mark B. But Brad beat you in with that one. Do this one a little more gently. See what happens. Actually, I can see the platform. Maybe I won't. Lots of brakes. More brakes. I'm going to have the train in the platform and the locomotive not. Oh, how good's that? I really like the way the level crossings sound on this, they're cool. Brakes off. How far up have I tapped? Too far, too far, too far. Alright, yeah, we can do it. I was just tapping away, tapping away, tapping away. This train is surprisingly fast if you're really aggressive with it. I've just got some wheel slip at the moment. Let me just calm down a little. There we go. Back in again. When the power meter drops down to 0 and then goes a little bit negative, you've got some wheel slip. Lexic Dark. Yes, I think that was predominantly class without the CL. I think you're right. I have blown the breaker rather a lot. Lotto Spark, thank you for the advice. Yes. If you ever do blow it, all you have to do is reset the switch. No other penalties in it. As we make our way to Shearbrook. Mondo says he can't wait for Sam, aka Colonel Failure, to take on this and the end wagon. I think that could be a very entertaining stream, full of a lot of words. I've left this one a little bit late too. That's okay. It's probably not going to work quite as well this time. Maybe it is. That's okay. I can't say I mind that. I could probably even relax a little bit on the brakes as we stop to make it less of a jolt. V for Viti says these are not German crossings. We only have one warning light and the bell is also quite different in real life. Okay. I'll have a look on Google Maps. I hadn't actually looked at these crossings. Alright, off we go again to Buchholzberg. Go on the power front for a little bit. For 10 points, what decade is the DB BR 110 that we're driving from? And I have to admit, I thought it was older. Ooh, we're skirting the danger line there. I thought I was going to blow it for a moment. Pretty fun. 2.8 kilometres to Buchholzberg. 1960s. Ooh, I might go a little bit earlier than 1960s. A little earlier than the 1970s too. A little earlier than the 1980s. It's on the Steam page if you want to look. SEPA. I don't think there's any neutral sessions, Londo Spark. Londo just asked, are there neutral sessions where you have to run this down like the 87? I don't think so. But I am going a tad quick. And I have to slow down. And I don't have very long to do it. Quiet, Zephyr. Red signal at the end of Buchholzberg. The rain is starting to ease up, which is nice. Means I won't go sliding along. Ah, NS Atlantic Productions, 1950s is correct. Am I going slow enough to not get pinged? I am good. Ah, it's a horrible stop, but it'll do the job. It'll do the job. I've just got to remember not to go over 24 kilometres an hour as I leave here, since I'm still under 500. Even though the signal up there has in fact gone green, it's just taunting me. But that's okay. So, NS Atlantic 2 Productions gets himself 10 points. Clunk, 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 clunk. Everything clunks on this train. Oh, we had a good run through the decades there. I was actually quite impressed. Now, just excuse me while I keep an eye on what I'm doing so I don't get pinged by VZB again. I'll get to release, and when I get past this green signal it'll be fine. But for the moment, I have to behave myself and go really slowly. Not quite this slowly though. But this train does have a habit of going, well, I'll give you a little bit of power, I'll give you a little bit of power, I'll give you all of them. You can't release from a 500 Hertz Londo Spark, unfortunately. I wish you could. I too like the PZB HUD helper. It means that when PZG gets me, it's because I wasn't doing the right thing. Alright, should be able to release now. And away we go. Too much. Now it's okay. CIFA. Ah, let's go then. That's one way of describing it, turbo lag. Like a turbo petrol car from the 80s. Where all they really did for the first few seconds was make extra noise. Oops, a little bit of wheel slip there. There we go, tap 28. CIFA has a bit of a press and hold on this one. We're in a tree again. On our way to Hoodie. Hoodie? Heidi? Hood? Hood. I think Hood. Has it actually stopped raining? Not quite. It's nearly stopped raining. Going to catch up time now. This is good. Because I don't think there's any PZB speed check magnets between these two stations, so I should be okay. Actually, PZB shouldn't whack me anyway, because the line's 160. It's just that I should be doing 140. So I might just get back on time, if I'm lucky. A little bit of spirited running, as they say. Now I have to slow down a bit. Come into Hoodie. I find driving this train quite hectic and quite stressful, to be honest. And driving this train with PZB and with CIFA, even more so. And streaming it at the same time just takes it to another level. So, our next question. What is its nickname? Actually a little bit early. Probably won't roll. There we go. Mondo says, Sam's tip 101. Passenger value being on time more than their comfort. I think that's probably about right. And I think it stopped raining too. I like that you can get these out of your face. I quite like that. Do a bit of manual wiper manipulation. Alright, let's head off down to Woosting. The question that's out at the moment for 10 points. Ooh, I might have to Google Custom and see what it means. Do you know what it means, Londo? dare I try and Google something while driving this thing with PZV and CIFA? Eight kilometres to Woosting. Gratuitous bridge shots. As you do. Ah, I hadn't actually heard it called crate. I could quite happily take that as an answer. I think I'll give you some points, but it wasn't actually the answer I was looking for. So 10 points to you. We'll see if anybody picks up on the answer that I was after. And they'll get another 10 points. Because, you know, I'm pretty free with the points. So back there in that field is the kind of lighting moment that I don't think's quite right. Box or case? CIFA. Still thinking of something else. It's also called a brick on rails on those Spark. Brad thinks electric container. I think that's the press. Isn't that the press 155 that's called the electric container? I've got to admit, it looks like one. That would be custom. Okay. What I was looking for was the crease. And it's because of that thing in the middle. But that's okay. I was expecting to see CIFA firing when I came back in there, but no. Ah, it's alright, I'm happy to go with the other ones. Why not? Everything's fun in games. I was going to say something else then, but I'm keeping it PG. It just occurred to me one of my questions isn't quite PG, but that's okay. Right, CIFA. Is it time to go and interview a cow? I haven't done that for a while. Probably shouldn't do it with CIFA turned on. We should do some collectibles here. What do you think? At least people. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. We'll stop. Is there another one up here somewhere? No, it doesn't look like it. Tickets. Tickets, please. Tickets. No ticket? Pick it off then. They all got off. It's clearly my driving. Oh well, speaking of driving, we should go and do it. Or we will be late. Interestingly, you can do this. You can drive with the door open. Although I should probably lock the doors too. That's a bit naughty. I have to stop again. Because I think I'm driving with my passenger doors open. I was. I didn't even know you could. That's funny. It's a bit loud with the door open, I have to say. Eight kilometres to Oldenburg. Must be time for a quiz question. As we approach Oldenburg, we will go through a bridge. It is a lift bridge. What kind of lift bridge is it? And good luck finding that if you're Googling. An engineer might know. Bit of wheel slip. And yes, I know the horn doesn't sound sometimes. You know what, Londo Spark? It's not the answer, but I'm going to give you 10 points for that. Oh, Seafar. 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 Come on, brakes off. You can do it. I released Seafar. Just do it. Don't stop me. Alright, off we go again. Hello, Ron Warren. How are you? You just watched me miss a Seafar. Not quite going to stop though. Well, that's close. So Londo, I will actually give you 10 points for that answer, even though it's not quite what I was looking for. Oh, it is a rolling lift bridge, yes. It's a particular kind of bridge. The Tower Bridge at London is the same kind of bridge. Yes. The Seafar Fun Police did get me a little bit there. You know, I blew the whistle and I hear the noise and I'm thinking, the whistle sounds funny. And then I go, oh no, it's Seafar. Ah, Londo Spark, 10 points to you for Bascule. Well done. And we'll have to tap all the way off, but that's okay. It'll take me a little while to do that while I'm doing some points for Londo. And it's almost time to get to the bad signals anyway. Because we're going to have some adverse signalling pretty soon. Can't believe I just messed up Seafar twice in a row. Wheel slip. We got it. So well done on figuring out Bascule, Londo Spark. That was good. To start thinking about slowing down soon anyway. My next question has got, let's say it's 2 answers. I would really like to visit the Tower Bridge at some time. back down to 85 k's. And I've got to get down to 60 anyway, actually. So let's just do that before the yellow bar runs out. There we go. By the time the brakes release, I'll be doing about 60 and it'll be all good. Safe to release, apparently. And CIFA. Everything happens all at once. Londo is amazed that I'm driving this with safety systems on. So far, he's only turned off the bottom hub. Yeah. And the funny thing is, most people know I am a beta, but I haven't actually tested this one. I kind of forgot about it. I was too busy doing Cross City. So while I had access to it, I never really touched it. Got the lovely water tower coming up on the left here. And we've got the bridge coming up shortly after. And we're going to drive through a tree. Smack! So we've just had a CIFA, so I'm kind of hoping I'll get away with this. Now, the budges that go under the bridge, there's two things that make them kind of special to the game. Can anyone tell me what makes them? What makes them special? You're just saying I was doing well with the safety systems, and look what I do. Bonk. That's alright. Come on, Mr. PZB, can I have my train brakes back, please? There we go. Well, I suppose livery designer does make them special. And I'll even give you points for livery designer, but that's not actually what. Ah, there you go. They're coded as trains. Yes, indeed. And there's one other thing that makes them special. I'm not sure if they're the first thing that does this. Yeah, I don't remember any other things, but there's something about this as a scenic item that makes it special. Something we're quite used to from Train Sim Classic, and I'm very glad to see it in Train Sim World. And I'd better watch my speed or I'm going to get whacked. We cruise into Bremen, 2 minutes late. Sorry, Oldenburg. Oh, other end. So they're the ones I thought were the electrified container, the 155s. Is that a 612 sitting over there? It is indeed a 612. We cruise into Oldenburg in true DB style, several minutes late. I would have been on time if I hadn't had the little CIFA issue and the PZB issue. No, you can't drive them. What I was kind of looking for is that they move. And I kind of think it's the first scenic item that moves in Train Sim World. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think. Welcome to Oldenburg, folks. I might have a little look around this station. I'm not sure when this particular train's due to go back. I'm not sure whether I'll take this one back or just take another one out of the timetable. That'd be enough to finish it? No, of course not. Sorry folks, not getting out yet. Passengers, we are now arriving at Oldenburg. You need to get off. Can't stay here. You don't have to go home, but you need to get off. So get your bits and pieces together. Especially don't leave your children behind. Nothing worse. That should be enough. I think I just adblocked both doors. Nah, doesn't matter. It's the end of the run anyway. Only a silver. Ah. Right, let's return to free room. And let's just get out of here. We'll leave that train to its own devices. I'm not sure when the one at the other end goes along, but let's have a look around Oldenburg. Because I kind of haven't. I do like the characters that came in with Train Sim World 3. There's one. Oops, that's the same one. Is there another one on this side too? No. Oh, whistling blokes here. Looking for one of these mythical first aid kits. I haven't seen one anywhere in the route. Train coming? No. Actually, what do people think these are? These sets of doors between the platforms. I know you can't go in there. I'm kind of curious what they are. Maybe it's an elevator or something, I don't know. I'm not quite sure why it would actually be at that point. Let's go down the stairs. What can we find down here? Oh, they are elevators. They're these things. But why are they in the middle of the tracks? Is that in the platform? Or maybe that one's in the platform. That one's in the platform. Did they move platforms at some point? Don't see any mythical first aid kits. What time is it? Is it 35 past the hour? No, it's not. If you want to see the bridge work... Oh, there's one. If you want to see the bridge work, you need to go 35 past the hour and you'll see it go up. And I think at 9:35, it's a special one. There's our route map. At 9:35, it's a special one because it actually, both sides of it go up. I think it's one of the only times when both sides do. That train's only scheduled to start in a few minutes, so let's take it back. Just try not to get run over by anything. It's always embarrassing. Got to go home and explain to your family why you're flat. These doors I like. The outside sound went away. It is cool. I don't like that all the outside sound just went away. Got our little guards compartment. Stay in here. Can't turn the light on. But, you know, staying in here for the whole trip would be a bit unexciting. Wouldn't it? Should probably go set this thing up, shouldn't we? Now, has it remembered that the lights need to be on? Let's have a look. Panel must be at the other end, but it's bright in here, so I'm guessing they're on. Let's go sit in our little chair. Now this one we do turn on PZB here somewhere. It's the unmarked switch. There we go. Oh, lights. I didn't set tail lights down the other end. Got time to do that. Let's just put the reverser in so it thinks I'm here. And I'll just race down the other end and do the tail lights because I forgot, because I'm silly. Don't get stuck in the door. Mondo says he loves how they got permission to make the cabs pretty worn. Yes, they do look nice. It's a bit like the ones on Caltrain. That's a good thing I came down here because I left the door open. Tail light, tail light, And I want to turn the white lights off. Do I need to do anything else in here? I probably do. Probably release that. Get that out. Everything else should be fine, and hopefully it won't roll away. Has anybody else got stuck in the doorway? I've got stuck in it a couple of times. 56 seconds. We're sprinting here. Hello, people. Why aren't you getting in? Get in the train. Surely you want to go. The outside noise goes away every time. Look. And jump in the big chair. Let's get it forwards. Now this one, I know there's issues with the lights. Brake key. Oh, I didn't turn the brake key the other end. I hope this doesn't stuff me up. Signal lights normal. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Instrument lights. CIFA on. Wipers. No, we don't need any of those. Alright. Let's see if it works. 2, 3, 4. Did I close the doors? I did, but there's people still getting on. Damn it. Aha! Reward! You can stop now. I just realised I was leaving early. I'm not actually sure if you can take the brake key out once you've turned it. It's not activatable anymore, I don't think. Anybody else notice me driving off with my passengers missing? Oh, let's knock the brakes off. It's flat here, it won't roll anywhere. I think the doors are not locked. There we go. Now we can go. Wait until 8:09. Really? I thought it was 8:07. That's why I jumped in and took off. Alright, we better put the brakes on then. Let's have a look outside. No, we better set that to Brennan, hadn't we? No, wrong way. Jordanham, no. Bremen, there we go. Oh, need to go back a little bit, I think. Alright. There we go, that got it. We're in the middle. 11 seconds. Did I close my doors this time? Yes. Closed on both sides. And... what an opportune time to sneeze then. Now you have to remember your run-ups. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be safe enough. And away we go. It's a bit quiet in this one. Let's get some doors, windows open, doors. At least we'll have some outside noise to listen to. And release from PZB. Now in this version the PZB lights don't come on, so I'll be reliant on the HUD. Hopefully that's something that's addressed in the patch that's coming out. Should be out now on Steam actually. Releasing later for Steam, so today. We should see it come out. I thought I'd have to acknowledge that signal. Maybe not. Still in a 40 zone, so I'm not just throttling up like a mad thing. Let's see if that happens quickly. Start running up a little bit more. That should put us up to 10. 12. Back in the big bridge. And thank you for the excellent timing, Cephas, so we can do this. Watch it go through the big bridge again. Just going to whack Cephas just in case. Rain. Wipers are down here, I think. Up. Londo Spark says instead of counting taps, he just notched up based on the power meter and runs all the way down when he needs to run down. Yeah, that should be fair enough. The power meter is this one in here. We're not using much. Not much at all. I'm glad this thing makes some rolling noise. Memory we're allowed up to 120 at the moment. There we go. It's a 120 zone. Sifa. Turning this down a little for me so I don't yell at me. It's a bit loud. If it's too loud, let me know and I'll turn it down. Heading up to 120. I've got even less time in the cab car. I've driven this. This is my second time, actually. Getting a little louder than my voice. Let me turn it down a little. How's that? Up a bit too. Excellent. Good to know. So what was the name of the river that we just went over? 10 points. Thought of something. My wife should have been here absolutely ages ago. I haven't heard her come home. Oh, she's on her way home. Okay. A bit later than I thought. I just went to visit someone. A couple of friends of ours just had a baby. Quite possibly just went and visited them. Seaford's very quiet in here. Speak to you too. So what was the name of the river that we went over a few moments ago? 10 points. You're doing well, Londo Spark. You've got 50 so far. Chris Marsden has 10. Brad MacArthur has 10. NS 2000 Atlantic has 10. Hunt River. Brad MacArthur, well done, sir. That brings you up to 20 for the evening. It's funny when you're looking back along the train and you have to think, which side am I on when I shut the doors? Well, you know, there's not that much point being out here listening to this take off because, you know, it doesn't really make any noise. It sort of slides its way out. Hello, Tintin. Welcome. It's evening for me. I'm just going to whack Sifa because it's probably going off by now. Much to my amazement, it appears not to be. Off to Houday. Yep, I think we're getting some wheel slip down the other end there. How are you, Tintin? Alright, next question, again 10 points. How long is the route? This is my second time in the cab car, Tintin. I might just close the windows, actually, that'll make it quieter. That's better. Now I've lost count of how many taps I've got, but we're getting up to full speed anyway, so it's all good. I kind of like the way this one's laid out. Mondo guesses about 30 miles. Yeah, that's pretty close. I've got it in kilometres because, you know, it's German. Yeah, 30 miles would be pretty close. It's 44 kilometres. So I'll give you the points, Londo Spark. Why not? And in a tree, of course. Hoping Sifa's not breaking me, or was. I popped out to look at the crossing and Sifa whacked me. Does take a bit of getting used to in this one. But I popped out to look at the crossing and came back and Sifa's going, and the brakes were on. That's life though. It's almost time to slow down anyway, but kind of weird that we're up there, but that's okay. Took a bit of break. Can't believe I just got away with going through the speed test magnets at 130 when I've got 120 zone here. But I did, so I'm happy. Might as well keep braking actually, given that we've got the station coming up. Kind of feels like it doesn't brake from as fast when you're braking from here. But it clearly does. Light cipher. Alrighty, doors open on the other side. Yeah, the scale's a weird one. I haven't quite figured it out myself. Yeah, we're early. Wow. I'm impressed. And I've only got one wiper on. Let's put the other wiper on. Right. Left. There we go. Now we've got two wipers on. Wait until 23 past. We'll go another question. So for 10 points each, name the 3 locomotives, not the cab car, the 3 locomotives that come with the route. Oh, I hope you have a good day at work, Tintin. Or at least not a horrible one if you can't have a good one. So 10 points each. Name the locomotives that come with the route, and there are 3 of them. You don't have to get all 3 right to get any points. Ooh, that was close. 110-423 and 155, says Londo Spark. Are you sure about the 423? But you got 2 of them, right? Maybe I should check about the 423, but I'm pretty sure it's a different one. .425. That's it. Quite safer. And because you went above and beyond, and you actually gave us the press livery as well, so 20 points to Londo and 20 points to NS2000, because I'm feeling generous. And because Brad MacArthur added the 0.3 to the 110, I'll give him 10 for that too. Why not? Now this one actually isn't a quiz question because I don't know the answer myself. I couldn't find it. But anybody who can tell me why it's called the, I think it's the Bnrdzf or something like that, I'll give you 50 points if you can give me a convincing answer. And I have no way of checking whether you're right or not because I couldn't find it anywhere. Off we go to Buchholzberg. Passengers, next stop, Buchholzberg. If it's where you're getting off, now would be a bad time to fall asleep. Love German Kleinhorns. I've pegged it sitting on 140. Just waiting for a CIFA. I can do an outside shot. Got a nice gentle brake coming in here. Why not? Just to be different. So much for the gentle brake. How to make your passengers really uncomfortable. Brakes on, brakes off, brakes on, brakes off. Passengers, welcome to Buchholzberg. It's a little wet and there's no shelter. Sorry. That sounds like a compressor. Same to you, buddy. Oh, we're early again. You know what? Yeah, we've got brakes on. Let's go do this. Because I see a route map that needs placing. Why not? Seems fair. Locking the doors. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 should be safe. It's bouncing, but it's powering. Does that make you want to do this? Just maxing out the little power meter, trying to stay away from 60. We make our way forward to Sheerbrook. That's a lot of cars, isn't it? I just keep spamming Sufa. We should get away. And watching the crossing. It's one of the horrible ones that doesn't open. I'm beginning to think it might be. There's a couple that don't work. This might be one of them. Oh well, let's get back in the train before it goes too far. Two Ks to Sheerbrook. Feels a little bit bright out there at the moment, doesn't it? Londo says from what he can see, the N is the type and the F is the cab car. Ah, that's a good clue. So I'll chuck you some points your way. Seems fair. And I should probably think about slowing down, shouldn't I? Sounds feasible, Londo. And I'm going to Natalie this one. Whoosh. Have I got anything in the platform? Anything at all? Ooh, one door. Doesn't get much closer than that. But will they open? No. So, I'm going to have to go backwards just a little bit. I can't go back far because of that signal. Yes. Not quite a Nebworth, but definitely an overshoot. Just going to make sure I don't take the front of my train past that signal, or I will get stuck. Surely that'll be enough. Yay. Alright, we'll let it do that. Get it back into forwards. Come on, leave the rail driver. There we go. Yes, it wouldn't be the first time I've actually taken off backwards after doing that and then gone past the signal and gone. Because there's no coming back from that, really. Off we go, little brake things. Don't think that popped. 45. That's a bit strange. Why is it limiting me to 45? Signal was green, wasn't it? Oh, maybe it's because I went backwards and it's confused. That might be a bug. Oh well. We'll drive along at 45 till we get to a signal. Then it'll reset. It is an NS2000 Atlantic. Yes, it is very good that only the doors on the platform's open. I like that. It's a good feature. Well done, Londo Spark. The R is for disc brakes and the Z is apparently for stationary battery chargers. You know what? I'll chuck the rest of those points your way. You can have the full 50. Well done. That's a nice bit of research. We're going to crawl along until we get to a signal. Ooh. Now I've got to make sure I don't go over 45, or it's going to be a very short run. Passengers, we are on our way to Heuken Camp very slowly. Get your stuff together and get ready. Hello, fast-travelling cousin. It's interesting the different ways that railways communicate their classes and feature sets around the world. B is standard class, A would be first class, and D is the multi-purpose area. Very cool. So now I think, yes, we do indeed have the full code. I can go faster now, but it's time to slow down for a station. Finally went through a signal. Won't bother going too much faster because we've got to stop anyway. So while we're waiting, which fairly famous beer is brewed in Bremen? There's 2 beers brewed in Bremen, but one of them's, well, there could be more, but if you look at craft stuff, but one of them's sold worldwide and one of them's not. Passengers, we are now arriving at Heuken Camp. It's a camp for Heukens. Heukens is an offset platform. The braking is so different up this end. It really is. Excuse me. Any of those people are going to get on? Or is it one of those classic ones where those people should actually be going to that platform over there and the people over there should be going to this platform over here? There's a couple of those in Train Sim World, places that happens. Mix off. I like the way the raid runs down the curved window. That's kind of cute. Someone actually thought about that. But no one's managed to Google which is the beer sold around the world that's brewed in Bremen. The crossing noise are a little bit like cowbells. Like sleigh bells. There you go. It's that time of year. We can have sleigh bells, why not? I've actually forgotten how fast I'm allowed to go through here. I think it's 140 in this bouncy creature. Got a 120 zone coming up. So I'm nowhere near 120, so it's all good. We're pretty safe. You're not going to Google it, Londo Spark. Okay. So for 10 points, what is the beer that's brewed at Bremen? We're back to all white cars again. Or is that that train that's meant to be taking the cars to get painted? It runs in one of the scenarios. We have some nasty signals. Got everything that buzzes and beeps going off all at the same time, yeah? Mondo knows something else about Bremen. Go for your life, mate. Hopefully it won't be one of my questions. It's a bouncy little thing, isn't it? Hey, the lights are coming on. It must be getting dark enough so you can see the lights now. Yeah, I was thinking that NS2000 Atlantic Productions. I know in one of the it's a scenario you get to drive the white cars to go and get painted. So I think they made the most of it. Oh, that's a cool thing to know, Londo Spark. Londo says they have a drop tower where they can test objects for 0G tolerance. I kind of hope that I get weather like this on the weekend, because I'm firing steam on the weekend. And cool weather is so much better than the weather we had last weekend. I couldn't imagine what it would be like in the steam cab on last Sunday. That would have been quite awful. Off we go to Hyde Krug, and I must stay below... It's saying 45, but I actually think 25, because when I go too fast, it'll ping me. It's a much cheaper way of testing things for 0G, Londo Spark, than taking them to space or the Vomit Comet. I keep waiting for that 747 to fall to pieces. It's not exactly what it was designed for. But they still use it. I think I'm going to stay below 25 until I get to that signal. I know it's saying 40, but I think that will get slower. I kind of think. Yeah, see, it's dropping down now. See, what it's doing is it's predicting the speed you need to do to be able to stop at the signal if it's red. And if you go over 25, PZB would whack you, whereas the HUD's just trying to do a bit of a prediction for you. So it does make sense. I think we should be... Yep, it released. All by itself. So let's get going. I think the actual speed that it's showing you there is a bit of lightning there. The speed that it shows on the HUD is the speed prediction that you have to do. The maximum you can do to stop at the signal. So as you get closer to it, the numbers drop. But PZB itself wants you to stay under 25. That's cool. This means the lights do actually work. It's just that in most daylight when it's not raining, it's too bright to see them. Hopefully that's what's fixed in the patch that's coming out today. Off we go to Hyde Crew. So we'll give up on the beer question. It was actually Beck's is the beer. So thinking back to the bridge that we crossed at Oldenburg, I think it's 120 here, so I'll just throttle off. What kind of river traffic goes under that bridge in real life? So don't worry about the game, but in real life. There's two kinds of traffic I'm looking for. And this one's a little bit harder, so I'll go 20 points each. I think I'm going to pull this one off. It's going to stop a bit early, actually. Ah, it's alright. That's another thing I really love that they fixed with this. You notice how when you use your door buttons, that it doesn't just go clunk, 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 while it's trying to open or close the doors. It only does it once now. Such a good improvement. Really helps with your enjoyment of the route, I find. Off we go to Bremen-Neustadt. Power up a little. I think I'm going just beyond that little sweet spot. I wonder if the traffic lights work. They're the first actual traffic lights in the game. The open doors right proxy F is because we're in a cab car. Ooh. Disblock. We just got passed by a flying banana. Yeah, the proxy ones, when you're in a cab car, it's the same on Peninsula Corridor. It says proxy when you're running in the cab car. It's because you're proxying the buttons at the other end of the train. So yes, it looks weird, but I think it is right. Anyone got any guesses on what kind of river traffic goes under that bridge? 20 points for either of the types. just in time for the gratuitous bridge shot. Thank you, Sifa. And a nice little arc from the pantograph there. So the only problem with using Sifa and PZB is you can't hang around outside, so you miss things like panto arcs. Four and a half to Bremen-Oldenburg. That's probably a little bit too specific. Maybe it's a bad question, but the answers are river cruise boat and cargo barges. It's probably a question that's a bit hard to answer. So we'll try the next one. And this one, I've got 3 different answers for that I found. One of the answers was it's worth 20 points. Another one's worth 10 because it's easier. And the last one's worth 50 if you get it right. And if you go for the 50 one, you've got to spell it. So before Oldenburg was part of Germany, so this is Oldenburg the area, not Oldenburg the city. What was it? Well, your sarcastic answer would have been right, Londosmark. You should have gone with it. That would have been a good answer. Passengers now arriving, Bremen-Oldenburg, being passed by a flying shed BR155. Everything's happening all at once, as typical with safety systems. Up to 1000 hertz magnet. Slowed down a bit more than I needed to, but it'll do. Safe to release. We will. In we come. I keep meaning to turn off the stop points and I keep forgetting to do it. My excuse is I'm not actually in this version of the game very often. Nice grindy stop like that. Hey, it's me. Watch out, people with umbrellas, there's lightning. You realise none of you are going to get in, and I'm going to leave. Who else thinks you should be able to hear the thunder inside the train? No guesses for what the Oldenburg area was before it was part of Germany? Sifa, thank you. Perfect timing. Go up a bit higher. Why not? As we head for Bremen HBF. I don't really think I'm in any danger of going faster than 85 right now, so we're all good. Yeah, well, those things light up. Who knew? The UFO light towers. That's kind of cool. Too far. Trundling very quietly back into Oldenburg now. Sorry, back into Bremen. Sifa and PZB at exactly the same moment. And did Sifa bite me? Ah, Sifa bit me. Bad Sifa. Doesn't look like anyone's going to go for that question. Oh, well, that's okay. I'll save it for Sunday. So today we've got 130 points for Londo Spark out of today. And to Sifa. You're not allowed to bite me again, Sifa. Leave me alone. Well, it hasn't released the brakes, has it? There it goes. It's just holding them a little bit. And we had 30 points for NS 2000 Atlantic Productions, 30 points for Brad MacArthur, and we had 10 for Chris Marsden today. Very good. Lexic Dark, well done, 10 points to you. In fact, no, you got the right spelling. Oldenburg, the full Oldenburg. You get 50. That was the one you had to spell. Excellent. I was kind of hoping someone would get it. But I've got a few other questions which I'll keep for Sunday's stream, because I'll be streaming this again on Sunday, and I'll probably do some freight on Sunday, I think, just to be different. Maybe try out the Press 155 and maybe the 425. And have a look at where some of the other bits go. Cause, here goes something. Relatively cool, cruising along. Another one of us. If you drive those trains over there, how far can you go that way? It's an interesting question. Got a Sifa light on, so let's look at the map. I suppose you can go a fair way. Because I think you can drive those trains. As we slowly crawl in here. Is there anything people would like to have a bit of a look at before I finish up for the evening? I know it's not the longest stream in the world, but it is almost 10 o'clock here, 10 PM. Not safe to release, restricted. Yes, I agree with you. There are dostos at Bremen, you're right. When I stop, we'll go have a look. Indeed dostos here. I'm not sure if it's a drivable set. I mean, the train is, but I don't think you get very far. And they are layered in, yes. They don't come with the route. a lot of stuff layers into this route. A lot. Let's get the doors open. Hopefully it'll still recognise my stop since I've gone so far. And if we go flying over here, a nice bit of freight with a 185, I think. Ah. Turn to free road. And I think, yes, there are some Dostos sitting down here somewhere. There they are. What have we got on the front? A 146. And we have some nice shiny Dostos. So there are some on the route. But like I said, I'm not actually sure if you can drive these or not. Because I think it just goes out to the yard because they don't go to Oldenburg. So I think if you went to drive one of these, where you would probably end up is taking it over there. There might be some services that go out along these branches. There's definitely some that start on the branches. I'm not sure about going the other way though. I know the AI ones do. Lexic Dark says there's lots of megalithic structures in Bremen. So this is a very interesting area, that's for sure. Large for their time. But anyway, that's about all I wanted to cover today as we look over Bremen. So thank you very much for coming along. And Lexic Dark says the famous story of a donkey, a dog, a cat and a rooster. And I think they'll walk into a bar. Yes, something like that. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for joining in. And if you want to come back again and see some more streams from me, I stream every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. I would absolutely love more people to subscribe to the channel and join in. And if people want to join as a member, that's even more brilliant. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up. And thank you very much. See you later. I can find my right button. There it is. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I always like to get your feedback in the form of likes and comments because they help me understand what you want. Give the channel a subscribe and click on the tinkly things so you don't miss out on any new stuff. And thanks for your ongoing support. And please, be safe out there.